Hey, Tony Maritato here. Guys, if you don't know me, I'm a licensed physical therapist, and I just wanted to share a story. Yesterday, I talked to an individual. I'm going to share the background of that individual story, but the meat of today's live stream is to talk about what I think might be one of the most important aspects to picking the surgeon, picking the physical therapist, picking the people around you, knowing that everybody has a basic level of knowledge and skill. What you're really picking is a level of trust. You're picking a group of individuals who you know can support you in case something goes wrong. The statistics used to be 20% of individuals have a negative outcome after total knee replacement. Now the updated metrics say about 10% of people who have a knee replacement surgery have a negative outcome, meaning they either have more pain, they have more dysfunction, they're just not satisfied with the results of the surgery. And so 10% is still a pretty significant number. So yesterday I was talking to an individual. I've never met this person, never had the opportunity to evaluate this person, but they had called and shared a story that I thought would help others in the group, so that's what I'm going to share now. They had their first knee replacement. Everything went great. They did the surgery, they did the rehab, they had, great range of motion, full function. Then they did the other knee replacement, and things were progressing really well. They were going to PT, they were getting great range of motion. I think at one point they had achieved 120 degrees. This sounded like a younger individual, although I didn't get the age of the person. And then all of a sudden something changed. And there was no known incident. The person didn't fall. The person didn't get, some sort of injury. The person was progressing, and then all of a sudden started to decline. Had worse range of motion, had more pain and swelling, had other complications, and nobody really understood why. And so while I'm listening to the story, the first thought that comes to my mind, knowing nothing about the person's background, was, oh, they probably got an infection. And I've had the great opportunity to interview orthopedic surgeons on this Facebook and YouTube channel, and they've said the same thing. They said, look, we don't have a really good black and white way to determine if there's an infection. I asked about infection. The individual did have blood work. There were markers that were elevated for systemic inflammation. They tried to drain fluid from the knee, but there was no fluid to come out. But in my mind, the development of this still doesn't match a normal presentation. So as we were talking, I said, well, it's pretty typical when somebody goes through this normal improvement and then all of a sudden a change in status. We want to look beyond the physical. We want to look at the chemical system, meaning the immune system in the body. So I asked, is there any history of autoimmune conditions? We want to look at hormonal systems. And of course, we want to really investigate the potential for infection. But as we were talking, one of the things that I said, and I hear this a lot, is patient gets frustrated, patient's not progressing, patient goes to the orthopedic, they do an x-ray, the x-ray looks totally normal. But there's still some redness, there's still some swelling, there's still some heat around the knee itself. And the orthopedic says, look, the implants are normal, everything looks great, my job is done. And to a certain level, they're kind of right. Like, they're the carpenter that put in the components, components look good. They're not the ones that are going to look at the immune system. They're not the ones that are going to look at the blood work. They're not going to be the ones that look deeper. So my message to you is, it's so important that you find that representative. A lot of times it's the physical therapist. The physical therapist is the one that's going to sit with you for an hour, 2 or 3 days a week. They're going to brainstorm. They're going to share ideas. They're not going to have the answer, but they're going to say, hey, well, let's look at this. Or why did that happen? And what's going on here? And what maybe happened that we didn't realize? You want to pick that physical therapist that not just understands anatomy and physiology and exercise science, but has the resources and the time to sit with you when something goes wrong. You know, could there be an infection? Could there be MRSA? Could there be a blood clot? Could there have been a torn muscle? We've had cases where a patient had no idea that something went wrong, but you see this deep divot in the middle of the quad and you realize, oh, there was a quad rupture. You know, there are so many other things that could be going on. Having a therapist who can be that support system for you, because we have the time, we spend so much time with you, we know your background, we know your history, we learn about your family. I think that's important. I think that's more important a lot of times than just having a therapist that understands the basics of human anatomy. So guys, we got a bunch of you. Jim's here. I appreciate you always coming and checking it out. My closing message today is, when you're looking at, you know, selecting your physical therapist, you should be active in that process. Don't just go where the doctor sends you. I'm sure the doctor gets plenty of great patient outcomes from certain physical therapy groups, but any good physical therapist is going to take a couple minutes to talk to you on the phone, to answer your questions, to give you an idea of what you can expect going to that therapist. I do it all the time. I take a couple minutes out, I answer questions on the phone, because I really want the patient to feel comfortable with our personalities, our treatment philosophies. There are some patients that just don't like the way I treat, and that's totally fine. There are other clinics in the area where they might find what they're looking for. But you don't have to be somebody who just goes where the doctor tells you. You have an active role in choosing the physical therapist that you're going to spend 12, 15, 24 hours over the course of your recovery with. You want it to be somebody that you trust. You want it to be somebody you can lean on. Guys, thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for always coming out. If you have questions, concerns, post them in the comments. Subscribe, like the content. I'll catch you guys on the next video.